A $1,000 IRL Lorcana tournament happened in Tennessee with 39 players. We had attendance such as past Hearthstone regional champions, and these are the deck lists that got top 4. So these are the Twitter pictures. Don't worry, I've got Dreamborn export images on the slides, so they're a lot easier to read. But these are the Twitter images that we got from the tournament. Like I say, there were regional past champions for Hearthstone, stuff like that. So this is definitely the biggest tournament we've had in terms of like competition. This is definitely the most competitive tournament. We can see a Sapphire Emerald, no, not Sapphire Emerald, Sapphire Amethyst list there, which is really interesting, which we'll get into. But yeah, we have lots of tournaments coming up, lots of 1Ks over the next couple of weeks, so I'll be sure to cover those. So yeah, let's go right into the first one. So this is probably my favourite list so far. I think this is, I'm not sure whose list this is, but all the links to the Twitter, the tweets or the X posts will be in the description. So we see, you know, we see the typical stuff. We see the broom package of Mickey, which we've got used to. We see 1 shield, 1 pocket watch, which I think are crucial in the mirror match. We see 2 magic mirrors, 3 queens, 4 Gastons for those early game. I think the Gastons are to get over the bodyguard Simbas to beat the Amber aggro. Also to like trade into Cusco 1-for-1 is pretty good. And yeah, we see 3 Ursula, 2 Elsa. So I think the thing is that they quest for a lot, and they just have like those good effects of drawing. And card advantage is really big in the mirror match. 2 Rafikis. We see friends on the other side. Just a really standard list that we're used to, and it's definitely proven itself, as we can see with 3 of them in the top 4. So then next we've got the Sapphire Amethyst list. This is quite an interesting one. I assume the game plan here is just a ramp, go into Bell. You have big cards like Elsa, Hades, you know, Queen to draw cards, you have Let It Go. Very standard list. Not tried this one, so I'm not sure how it does into the top 4, but it did well, obviously, to get there. It's the only one that's not Ruby Amethyst, so yeah, it must be strong in some way. I'll definitely be sure to give this one a go, and let me know your thoughts in the comments as well, if you think this list is good or not. And then we see yet again another Ruby Amethyst list. No surprise that this deck is completely dominating right now. It's still early days though. We could see matchups with the Steel Amethyst taking over once they kind of learn to like tech in to beat the Magic Mirror and you know, like kill the queens and stuff. But again, we see very standard lists. We see a lot of lists teching in the like a really high count of the 7-cost Aladdin, which seems to be quite popular for stealing lore back. It's really good in the against aggro as well to kind of get that comeback going. Same with Ursula. This list is interesting. This is the regional Hearthstone Champions list, Lunar Love, which like I say is in the description along with all the other ones. We see no Elsa, but we do see 4 Ursula. I think in the notes, in the tweet, she says that she is going to get rid of some of the Ursulas for the Elsas just because they might be a bit better. But as you can see, no issues, it doesn't seem like. So yeah, again we see the Gastons to get rid of the early Simbas and Cuscos, 4 Be Prepared. We see 4 Mickey, 4 Broom, which is quite a heavy count. But clearly it works, you know, you don't want to deck out, not that it kind of gets to that stage very often, but when it does you can kind of make sure that you don't deck out. We see the Jetsams, only 2 of them to deal with the evasives. Yeah, the evasive matchup, which is becoming quite a popular deck at the moment. Other than that, once again, just a really standard Ruby Amethyst list. And then in the 4th place, we have yet again another Ruby Amethyst list. This one runs kind of all the same stuff we've seen, but we run 8 1-drops in this one. I guess they're just kind of scared of the aggro matchup. We see 4 Lafus, which is really good for just giving your characters a bit more survival as well. You know, just being able to ready a character is really good. It's kind of like a, you know, a way to just secure more like quests, especially if you're playing Ursula. This list is very low on like the heavy like later game drops, such as the Ursula and Elsa. Only running 1 Ursula and 2 Elsas. It's quite interesting, but clearly they did quite well. They must have played more of like an aggressive tempo style of the deck. We see 3 Magic Mirrors, which is quite a high count, 2 Shields, no Cauldrons in any of these lists as well, which is really interesting. But yeah, so overall very standard list, only 3 Dragonflies in this one. But you know, 3 Ruby Amethyst going into top 4 of the biggest tournaments so far. Are we heading into a tier 0 meta? Who knows? Maybe someone's going to figure out kind of good matchups. Right now it feels like kind of just hard aggro, and the Steel Amethyst have good matchups, but clearly they weren't discovered for this tournament just yet, or no one was playing them, or maybe they're just not good counters yet, we don't know. But yeah, that's been the top 4 Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more stuff with this. I'm going to be covering all of the 1K tournaments and stuff like that. And other than that, leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.